Okay, let's start our lecture. And today's SEM is the last SEM about water simulation. And here is examples of submissions, student submissions from previous years. And for this task, we are going to use some Bifrost simulation, which is called water simulation. With water simulation, you can create several ideas. It's like milk, it's like honey, it's like water from the water sink, and you also can create some splashes in the swimming pool. And the task is using water simulation, uh, and you can create according some several tutorials or according to our today's tutorial. And also you should render out this water simulation. You should also set up the scene and objects, and of course lightings and settings for the water, assigning special materials for the water. And here you can see it's like a honey. Uh, Here you can see water is like a milk. And with water simulation, you can create some advertisement. And with this advertisement, also you can submit some of water simulation as a task for the water simulation. And if you are enjoying work with water, you can create a task for the final exam with water simulation, with clothes and water simulation, and create some interesting commercial advertisement with water simulation. And also here is some submit. Here's some different ideas how to use some water simulation, and according to the setting of the scene, you can see how this water simulations looks like. Uh, some of the work is by using just like water from the water sink, like this, with the camera animation. Some students create in just like in tutorials. Some of them create interesting compositions with water, like motion graphics. And also you can use some animation with water, such as pouring some objects. And don't forget about rendering. Without rendering, you will get less points for your work. Uh, no, it's just a submission for the laboratory work. If you want to create some final project, I'm going to show you some examples of usage of water on the YouTube. For the final, it should looks like a productional quality. You can use, for example, some effects with the water. It should looks like more like advertisement, something like this. This yes, it was made on Maya Bifrost water liquid simulation. And you can also find some tutorials how you can create water advertisement. You can use also some products and put these products on the table and water splashes come away from this from somewhere, and it also can be like commercial with Maya and water simulation. If you spend more time on the quality of rendering, it also can be suitable for final project. And sorry, let's see how it looks at the end. Or for example, you can create for, start work with water on this last task, like laboratory work task, and after that you can improve your work. For example, length, add some different objects animation, or add some another effects, and you can submit it like a final project also. And on the next lecture, we are going to talk about final project. And in the next lecture, I will show you some examples of the final project works with water simulation also. And what else? With the Maya Water Bifrost, you can create interesting and stunning effects, and you can also find some different tutorials of usage this water simulation. And here is also interesting idea how you can use water, which is floating in city. It's also used Bifrost plugin of this water simulation, and it can be also. You can also use this water simulation idea and mixed with real footage. For example, on the previous year submissions, one student create interesting exam project with water, and I can show you. But he didn't have enough time for the rendering, and he rendered out only 8 seconds. This is also a great idea for the final, but it's quite difficult to realize because you need to also track your camera. You also need to recreate the room in the Maya and put the water simulation and render out only water, and combine them together in After Effects or Premiere Pro, in any programs. With water simulation also could be created some commercials. And let's start work with water simulation. In the water simulation, there are few settings you need to learn, and much more time you will spend for the calculating this water simulation, for the caching, and what it takes a lot of capability of your computer. It takes a lot of memory and CPU and GPU usage of your computer. And if you want to simulate really quality water, you need to simulate it on powerful computers. And that's why water simulation is quite difficult because you need to really powerful computer for the simulation of this water. But the usage of the water is quite simple. You need to create only origin of this water and apply some settings of this Bifrost water. And after that, you is just improving some quality, improving some shaders for the water, And water looks good when you apply some really nice lighting and settings for the materials for the water. And if you apply this one, you will get nice result. Okay, we need to go to FX menu, and here is should be some Bifrost. If you don't have Bifrost, you can go to the plugin manager and search for the Bifrost. And it should be loaded, and after loaded, every piece of this Bifrost plugin. Windows Setting Preferences Plugin Manager. And in the search, you can type BIF, and you will get these plugins. And if it loaded and after loaded, you will get some Bifrost fluids. With the Bifrost fluids, you can create liquid, and also you can work in the aero. Do you remember how we work with the fluid effects? And Bifrost plugin also has opportunity to work in the aero like with the fluid effects. And this aero is much more easier to use and much more production quality, for example, for the steam, for the explosions, for example, steam from the car, and it's used to Bifrost Aero also. And here is some settings for we can create liquid, we can collide, we can create foam. For example, from the Bifrost fluid, you can create, let's see, my Bifrost. You can create ocean or water splashes. It's also used with the Bifrost, but I'm not suggesting you to use this one because our standard computers will not be able to simulate such simulation with the big waves and foams and really nice splashes, because here you need to simulate large of water and also collide with them and also connect it with this foam. But it's also can be created with the Maya Bifrost, but you need a really powerful computer for this one. Okay, let's come back to the Maya, and let's start with the water from the water sink. We need to create some origin. I'm going to use some sphere. It can be any object you want. You can hide this object into another objects, and let's add some liquid on it. After adding some liquid, we will get this Bifrost liquid settings. And let's play this simulation. Now it started, but I didn't see this liquid. Okay, maybe we can do it again. Let's restore for the default settings. Why my sphere is such big? Maybe let's keep it like default and add some liquid on it. and let's play. I'm going to switch off this cache, and now we can see these little blue dots, and here is our liquid. If you can see, this is some tiny blue spheres. I'm going to increase the size of these blue dots. And in the liquid shape, we can see some. If you increase this point size, you can see it much clearer. This is our water. If you increase this point size, it not affect on the water quality. It's only affect on the appearing in the viewport. And we can also start use our Arnold render to see how this water is look like. And for the sky dome light, it's better to use some HDRI texture to see how this water reflects on different objects in this HDRI texture. I'm going to use some indoor HDRI textures, and with this HDRI, water will look like more nice and interesting. I can download EXR format in the 2K quality. Sorry, one minute. Lecture. I'm going to download some EXR format in the 2K and use this one like HDRI texture. Okay, here's our HDRI, and now we're ready to see this water in the Arnold render. And now you can see this water is exactly in the shape of the sphere and falling down until it hits the ground. We don't have the ground, that's why it will be infinite down, infinite floating down according to the gravity. And next, what we can do, if we want to create some water sink in the settings of emitter probes, we should switch on continuous emission. If you switch on this continuous emission, our origin of the water will be continuously simulate this water. And now you can see how this water came from this sphere, and in the render we can see this water splash. It's already like water, and only settings that we done, we adjusting some liquid on the sphere and switching off continuous emission. Next, what we can do, we can increase the shader of this water. By the default, it also looks nice, and you can see it's like water. But if you want to create some, for example, milk or orange juice or honey, you can adjust Arnold material on this liquid. You can assign new material with the selection of this liquid shape, and in the Arnold material we have a standard surface. And in this A standard surface, we have presets for the water. You can see we have clear water, we have deep water, we have honey, we have milk, we have orange juice, and we can replace it. And now on the render, you can see how our water changed. It's also like 2 or 3 clicks with the mouse and you will get the nice result. But this is not the end. We need to setting up the quality of this water. Now you can see it's look like a low poly water. And if you want to create more accurate water in the liquid shape, we should increase the voxels. Uh, where is our before liquid? In the properties container, you can decrease this master voxel size. If you decrease this number, it means Maya will simulate much more water, and this water will be like a high poly water, but the simulation gets much more time to calculate this water. Uh, you can also set up your environment, check the water simulation, check some collisions, and after that you can increase this, decrease this master voxel size, for example, from the uh, 2, 2 and 5 until the 0, 2. And you will get much accurate water, but it will calculation will takes longer instead of increasing this master voxel size. And now we can see how different it is look. This looks more little bit accurate. And if you put, for example, some objects, we can create some, for example, cup, or we can create some water sink. You can download models in the internet. Objects which you can use for the collisions with the water should have some thickness. For example, it shouldn't be one face, it should be some shape with a thickness. If it one face, the water will not collide with this. The water can flow through the one face shape. If you create, for example, something which have some thickness, like a water sink or glass of orange juice, uh, it's possible to use for the collisions with water. Let's increase the shape a little bit, and also we can assign some material on it later. And let's go to the first frame. Let's save our result. And see this simulation. Sorry, I forgot about collisions between them. For the collisions, you should select this water, and the second should be selected object with these collisions. And you can go to the Bifrost fluids and make collider. And after that, you will get collisions between these two objects. And now, when it hits the ground, you can see these splashes. It's calculated automatically and already looks realistic and nice. And also, if you want, you can watch some different tutorials. And in these tutorials, you can find special settings for the quality of water. For example, you can adjust some voxel size, you can adjust some viscosity for this water, and if you play with some parameters of this liquid, you will get also interesting and high quality result in the end. But it also looks already like orange juice. And also we can apply some glass material on this cylinder. We can create Arnold render and use AI standard surface. And in this AI standard surface, we can use preset glass. And if you use, for example, glass materials, water will get reflections and transparency and light on it, and looks uh, more realistic and nice. According to the surrounding objects, according to the light settings, you can increase the appearance of this water simulation. Um, as a VFX effect, water is simple, but to get production quality of the water in the render, you need to learn how to set some shaders, how to set some lights, and also work with some transparency and reflections, and you will get nice result. But for the simulation, it's a couple of settings only for this water, and it's work nice already with the default settings. But you can spend more time on the shaders and on the lighting, on the objects, and how on the planning your animation with this water. And also rendering will take much more time because here you have a lot of materials, a lot of Arnold materials. That's why plan for this work and don't waste your deadline. We have the last submission of your work on the 26th and 27th of April maximum, and after that we don't have any opportunity to put marks in the VESPE because on the 28th of April we will start some session already, examination session. Okay, now we created some interesting effect. Let's pour this glass. And when it's puring, now you can see in these collisions, we get some splashes, which is goes outside this glass. And in the collision settings, in the poly collider, where is our collider props, we should change uh, the convention to the shelf, from the solid to the shelf. If you use some really complicated object in the collisions, you should go in the Bifrost Collider props and set up shell. And also you can manipulate with the thickness here. You can also enable some boundary. When it hits, it should be also bounding. And let's see. It's still outside. Let's continue setting up this collider. We can increase the thickness. Another, we can switch from the voxels to the world space. If you use shell and world space, it will be better for the collisions with objects. And also, we should change the thickness. Let's use less thickness and see some collision settings. It's a little bit better, but we can see the distance between orange juice and glass. It's much better. In the render, we don't see some small splashes, which is outside this glass. It also looks good. Maybe we can keep it like this and continue emission. In the bifrost fluid, we have some kill plane. For example, when splashes is outside the stand, we can kill these planes. We can select this water and add some kill plane. And we can put it on the bottom of this glass, and when the water hits this kill plane, it's disappearing. And also you can animate this origin of a liquid. For example, you can put this sphere inside of the bottle and animate bottle with this sphere inside and get some honey or chocolate or milk. Okay, let's create another rendering and see how it looks. You can pour the glass with orange juice, and next what we can do, we can play with viscosity, and we can create some honey on the top of the bread, for example. From this orange juice, we can go further and create some honey. Okay, let's save this one, and we can use the same sphere with the liquid. We can delete this class and collider props. We can keep some kill plane. And let's put, for example, some bread. Resty. Or some chocolate bar. You can use real models and simulate some liquid on it. And I'm going to create some animation of this origin. Let's start from here. Hit some K, and on the 50 frames it goes here, and we can also set the key And after that, we can also create some plate. Let's create some plate and some bread or chocolate bar. And what else? We can delete history from them. And let's collide these objects with our, how it calls, mm, with our water. We can make collide first and second object. And let's play and see how this orange juice will cover this chocolate bar. Now it hits like water, and we can see in the Arnold render splashes, uh, tiny splashes. If you want to create some honey, you should increase some viscosity. If you increase some viscosity, the speed of this water will decrease, and these splashes becomes more like connecting with each other. And for the honey, you should go to the liquid settings and find some viscosity. In the viscosity, in the bifrost liquid properties container, we can increase this viscosity number, for example, to the 30. And now let's animate it again. Now you can see it becomes slower, and this liquid becomes more connected between each other. And when it hits the collider, it's also connected to each other. And for example, this one was like orange, and now it's more look like honey. And also we can change some preset from the orange juice to the honey according to this shader. We can select our liquid and go to our AI standard surface and use some presets, and we can replace it with honey. Here we can replace, and let's see the render. And it's already like example with the honey, uh, which we see from the previous year students' work. And in the water, we see examples with the honey, with the chocolate, for example, this one. You can also download some objects in the internet and use um, for the setting up water like honey. And don't forget to use some viscosity when you use some honey on, uh, during your work. And also you can model or download some bottle and cover this sphere origin on it. For example, let's create some little bottle. This is a really rough model. You can do it better, or you can download this. But for the understanding, I'm going to show you how you can cover the origin inside of the bottle. You can also collide with this bottle. We can select our liquid, we can select our bottle and make collider. And also you can put this cylinder in the sphere, and when it connected with each other, sphere is already have some animation. And if you put some objects like a child, this child also inherit this animation and move with the parent. And now you can see that you can also hide, find some records where you didn't see this origin, sphere origin of this water. And now it's like from the bottle, you can, for example, pour this honey on the objects. And also, when you work with the colliders, on every piece of collider, you can change some properties to the shell. and work with the workspace to fix these collisions between objects. And here is also some colliders. It will be our second collider. We can also change it to the shell and to the workspace. And now we can see our simulation. Let's see it. When you change some collisions for the object, now you can see that we have some obstacles for this object, and maybe we can also keep it solid and voxels. To not ruin our origin. Or maybe we can just move it slightly. When you use some collisions, it shouldn't collide our original water. Вы можете написать свою фамилию в Telegram, потом отмечу. When it collides, it's also not simulated. If you use this method, you can be careful with the collisions. It shouldn't hit each other. And also for the water, we have some cache. When you finish with the setting your setup, you can create some cache, calculate some cache, and start rendering. Water has their own cache inside of the settings. Let's see preview before the cache. Okay, let's see some rendering. And if it's nice, we can create some cache. Okay, let's save, and we can go to the liquid and find some liquid properties container, and inside of the caching we have initial state, we have liquid cache, we have mesh cache, and we have solid cache. We can convert this liquid into the mesh, but for this work I guess we can keep it like liquid and use this liquid cache enable. And we can also save this cache in some folder. Save this folder. or maybe we can keep by the default, and let's calculate this cache. With the hit play, it will start calculating. Maybe we can use this directory. And maybe we can also increase the animation or some plate, because our honey is beside the plate flowing. Maybe we can also change uh, something before the caching. Okay, let's go to the sphere, and after that we can move this in here and put some plate. According to the cache, I didn't see any calculation here. Maybe it's calculated, but we can see it now. Okay, let's save, and maybe we can also use some Playblast for the previewing this animation. And I'm not going to save it to file, and let's see Playblast. According to the viscosity, we have some, how it calls, kinematic inertia, or, and that's why you should plan your animation and also set the object size according to the animation, and don't allow these splashes outside the plate. Okay, let's see the real speed of this animation with the Playblast. And it's just little bit faster, and you can also increase some viscosity much more. And with the settings of the viscosity, you can also work with this honey. And here's some preview of the rendering. Now you can see with the help of the shaders, with the help of the settings of viscosity and good HDRI image, you can create nice water simulation and work with this water simulation. What else? We can work in now we create water like a continuous simulation. For example, in the liquid property, emitter property, here is some continuous emission. And let's see a different example when we have some reservoir with water. For example, we have some bus, we have some glass of water, we have something which is used the one capacity of this water. Let's use, for example, swimming pool. We can create some reservoir for the water. We can also make it with the thickness. And we can create some cube with the same parameters, almost the same parameters like this cube. Only one rule, there is no intersections between water and this reservoir. It should be a little bit smaller, something like this. Uh, it's needed for the collisions. Let's save this one like a swimming pool. And I'm going to use the settings, for example, in these cases, when we have some water reservoir and some splashes inside on this reservoir without puring these objects. And another really great example, which is also can be created, where is it was some dolphins, which is jumps from the waves. It also can be created like in this reservoir. Let's see it again. It's also great with a small animation. It can be created with the help of puring some objects with the water. Now we need to create some Bifrost liquid shape in this reservoir. It's not appearing. Okay, let's create new one. Let's first create some shape. And make it liquid. And now it's we can see it. We can increase some point size for the better seeing. Let's check that our water works. Maybe we can make some subdivisions on it. Let's experiment. And add some liquid. Okay, let's continue work with what we have and create some object like a swimming pool. And also we can select some liquid and our cube which we modeled. We can delete some history from this cube. Again, select liquid, shape, and make some collider. For this shape, we should change collision properties to the shell and world space. And now let's see how this water collects into this shell, into this swimming pool. I think we don't have water. Sometimes water not works correctly, and maybe we can just restart Maya. And again, let's see some simulation of this water and why it's not appearing. Maybe we can create it again. can delete everything. We can clear the history, and let's put some cube inside. We can make it smaller, and again let's create some liquid. It's falling down. Okay, it's work. And let's create some collider. First we should select some liquid, and after the collider. We don't have enough water, I guess. It's like just with a few of these particles. With sphere, it works better. Let's check again. We have some liquid, and in the sphere we have a lot of particles. Now we can see this water from sphere, but from the cube it's not work. No, it's work now. Okay, let's work in this file, and we can create some shape for this bus. Avoid some intersections. Sometimes with the liquid it's not working properly with the same settings, but there is some obstacles with the collisions. Okay, there is no water. On the previous year's lecture, it was nice. I don't know why it's not working now. Maybe because of the collisions. But here's some example of usage. The same process. We have some shape. We have some object in here without any intersections. Now you can see there is much more blue dots on it. When we create from the cube in this time, it's a really small blue dots. Maybe that's why. It should looks like it filling some object with water without any continuous simulation. Even default colliders work as well. And in the previous year, with the same process, we will get like a bus or swimming pool with full of water. Maybe something wrong with my Maya settings because I don't have this much water inside. And when you animate some objects which is falling down, you will get some splashes, and on the render it also looks nice. Okay, maybe we can do it again because I don't know why it's not working. Difference between Maya That's why I have so much small grid. Maybe it depends on the size of the stand. It's not working. Let's create again. Let's restore it to default. And maybe it will help. Да. And let's do it again and try fix. Okay, let's save. We have the same Maya as in the previous year, but I don't have so much memory on this computer. Uh, maybe it also depends. We can create liquid, and now, okay, we can switch off the settings. And I didn't see the blue dots on it, but it should be there. There is no any blue dots. Even continuous emission not working. I think it depends on the computer also. Maybe I don't have enough memory for calculating this water. From the cylinder we have enough liquid. Now you can see there is enough points. Okay, let's delete this one and try to use some cube. This cube is also enough. Okay, let's delete this one. Let's change the size of the cube. When we change the size, I didn't see anything. There is no liquid on it. Okay, maybe if we delete history, this transformation, center pivot, and create liquid. And there is also no materials on it. Okay, it's interesting. Let's create it by default. This cube. Let's fill it with a liquid. And maybe we can create the second cube. But we didn't see any liquid here. Okay, it's really strange. Maybe on your computer it will work better. You can also watch some tutorials from the previous year, and with the fill-in object, in the previous year it works, but now it didn't work. If we use some continuous emission, with the continuous emissions we have water. When we make it smaller, master voxel size, and maybe it will help. Let's switch off continuous emission and see with the smaller one. Yes, with the smaller voxel size it works, and now we can do it. If you have the same problem, you can possibly change the maximum voxel size from the 0.5 to the 0.2, and maybe it will help. Okay, maybe we can even decrease this object. Yes, we have water, and let's change some collider properties. And it's not work. Okay, let's come back to the voxels and see it works. It works with intersections. Okay, let's try to create some uh, torus and put it with the animation. Yes, it's collided. uh, but the quality of this collision is pure. Maybe we can increase the scale of entire simulation. Let's go and change the size of these objects. We can delete some breakdown collection selection and delete animation from object. And let's create again. Put it here. With a bigger size, I think I have some Maya problem. It's freeze. Okay, let's wait. The scale of entire scene is also affected on the water and on the quality of water. What? Just 1 minute. With a bigger size, it's not calculating anymore. Okay, you can experiment with this water and also if something not work, try to change the scale of the scene and change the number of voxels of this water and maybe it will help.